Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Kennel Momplex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. What do we have here? We have something, well, at least from my memory, yeah, something from QSP. We haven't seen anything from QSP for a little bit on this channel, but that's clearly about to change. Excuse me. Thanks so much to QSP for sending this in for me to take a look at. I'm still dealing with allergies. Oh my God. I'm dying. Anyways, thanks so much to QSP for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex, and at least for the time being on TikTok at the_metal_complex. All right. Powering through. Caffeine does not seem to help. In fact, it seems kind of like it makes it a little bit worse. That's okay. What do we have? We have one thing. I think we just have one thing from QSP. All right. What do we have here? I will link this down below. The Vault 14C28N blade. Okay. So this will likely be a very oh, well, hello there. Hello. This is something different. Boy, that's nice looking. Makes me think of the. Nothing against their stickers. I just really want to focus on this. It makes me think the aesthetic right away of the Benchmade Barrage with the aluminum bolsters and the M390 blade, not the standard one, right? But anyways, yeah. So this is 14C28, and these have to be steel. No, you know what? I bet those are aluminum because look, they're not the same. They're detached from the steel nested liners underneath. They're partially nested underneath the bolster, and then lipped out behind the micarta, which is interesting. Now this appears to be, yeah, a crossbar lock. Okay. Boy, yeah, that really makes me think of the Benchmade Barrage. That's a really nice, is that arrow, is that Lundquist? Is that, does it say? It doesn't. Okay. But it is QSP, which means, oh, very nice. I always love it when they do this with the pocket clip. That's such a nice way of handling that situation where you're like, oh, I don't want to mill the holes out on the other side because then I have to look at a rectangle. That's what you got. That's what you sound like. I don't care about left-handed people. I don't want to have to look at the rectangle. Shut up. It's great that left-handed people have the option, right? Because this is an ambidextrous locking system. So right-handed people, such as myself, by the way, we should realize that the knife world is essentially built for us. And looking at a rectangle or filler tab or something is not always that big of a deal. I do recognize that sometimes it does ruin the aesthetic of a design. I just really like doing the voices and making fun of everybody. But because I promise you I will contradict myself. Like, I will absolutely be a hypocrite as soon as the design is something that is aesthetically pleasing enough for me to not want them to mill a spot out for a lefty clip. But it is an ambidextrous locking system, so it makes sense to have ambidextrous mounting positions for the pocket clip, right? Mainly to accommodate for left-handed people who less than 10% of the time actually get their way. But the pocket clip looks great. Deep carry, nice taper, a little spoon bill without being too prominent. That's great. And then we have almost certainly Omega springs. Would have to be. But yeah, I do like the little tabs, the little jimped tabs there. That's really nice. This has a nice forward choil up here that I really like. I mean, just ergonomically, I like that. And it also, you know, the initial cutting edge is completely, or the thumb stud is out of the cutting path because the initial cutting edge doesn't start till it's up here. But that does work really well. Nice and smooth. Very easy to manipulate. Does this run on, almost certain it runs on bearings. That's what it looks like. It looks like the lips of phosphor bronze washers, but I think that little space there where it looks like there's like a shadow, it just doesn't, what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be bearings. It also feels like bearings and not like phosphor bronze. But this is just an unboxing and first impressions. If you're new, this is how the channel operates. I don't review things right out of the box because I think that would be a terrible way to review a product. Yeah, I like to spend some time with this stuff before I actually review it. But I do like to give my first impressions and just my sort of initial reaction during unboxings. And it gives me a way to let people know that these things exist without them having to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks for the review, which often, does come that far down the road. So it's, some people only like to watch unboxing content. Some people like to watch reviews. Some people like to watch both. So I just do it all. But this will likely end up in a very reasonable price point. The ergonomics, like when I say that, I'm judging like 14C28N and the aluminum bolsters. The ambidextrous locking system is probably 65-ish. That's where I would guess. So anything under that would make me even more happy. Anything over that, okay. As long as it stays in budget territory, that's where it belongs, in my opinion. Really nice cutting geometry. Really nice satin finish. I'm bored to tears with satin finishes, but as far as satin finishes go, this is definitely on the nicer side. It does look good. Even cutting bevel, probably about 125 thousandths or less on the spine. Nice tip, very typical drop point blade. I bet that's about 7.5 inches. Miss Scusi. Oh, well, the tape is upstairs, of course. Let's get something out here that I know to be a little longer. The Echo is about 8. No, maybe the Echo is about 7.75, something like that. The Moyarl, I think, is about 7.5 or so. Yeah. What's another good one? We have, is that the Crowley, the Sencut Crowley? There we go. That one's going to be a little longer. I think the Crowley is about 8 inches. So the standard size comparison knives are all wrapped up in the Nav's burrito way over to the right. But yeah, I'm going to guess that's probably about where it is. I think we should probably go ahead and weigh it just real quick here. So that we just have a generally good idea of what it weighs. That was my way of extending that dialogue while I look for my scale. We should probably weigh it, so we have a good idea of what it weighs. When you use it, so we should use the scale, the weight scale, to find out what the weight of the thing is so that we know how much it weighs. Anyways, the weight of this knife, 4.09 ounces. Not super surprising considering it's got full steel liners and the extra aluminum bolster there. And what is most likely an aluminum backspacer, though it could also be steel. Yeah, that's a good looking knife. Very cool. And this was called the, what was it? What are you? Where's your label? The Vault. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to guess that QSP, well, we don't have to guess, we can test it. QSP knows how to do a crossbar lock. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's going to be pretty much it today, guys. Expect a full-length review of this knife down the road, but if you don't want to wait, that's fine. I'll still link this knife right down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want. That's going to be it. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at _metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.